Hey kids, today, we are going to talk about George Walker Bush, who happened to be the 41st President of the United States.
Who is George Bush? The only Bush I know is George Lopez.
George W. Bush is the President of the United States who is part of the Republican Party. He has served 2 terms ever since 2001 through 2009.
Why did he serve 2 terms? Why not more?
In 2004, George W. Bush ran for re-election. Though the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan were not going well, and his efforts in Social Security reform had met with great resistance, Bush's political core remained supportive, and he was able to win re-election over Democratic challenger Senator John Kerry in the November election.
What were the roles during his presidency?
His role was to form a new cabinet-level Department of Homeland Security, send American forces into Afghanistan to break up the Taliban, to have a strong national defense, the protection of individual and property rights, and the preservation of traditional family values. The group has played a major role in key policy areas including budget, appropriations, taxes, education, Social Security reform, defense, deregulation, and general government reform.
Wow, Bush is amazing. If only people like me would have a president like him instead of having a chief of commander acting like the king of the jungle.
Well, Jake, there is a lot more facts about Bush.
Okay, then I have another question. What is the most interesting fact about George Bush?
My most favorite fact about Bush is that in his senior year in high school he was the head of the cheerleading team. When he was President, Bush planned for one of the largest tax cuts in American history in 2001, at $1.35 trillion. And at the age of 30, Bush was arrested as a result of DUI, which means driving under the influence of alcohol. He was fined $150 and had his driving license suspended for 2 years.
What are some facts before he was president?
Well, George Walker Bush was born on July 6, 1946, in New Haven in Connecticut. He is the eldest of 6 children of George Walker Bush and Barbara Bush. George spent most of his childhood in Midland, attending school there until the 7th grade. In 1999, George W. Bush began his quest for the presidency, and after a contentious series of primary elections, he won the Republican presidential nomination.
Thank you so much for telling me all these facts. If only I had this in my history textbook.
Hope these facts are helpful. Thank you and goodbye.